Welcome to Film Bluffs, a place for free-range, non-GMO, dog water opinions. So come on in, take a seat, and let's make fun of the kid with no internet. Welcome back to Film Bluffs. I'm your reputable host, Jobe, and joined with me, as always, are my partners in crime, my true companions, my loves.
It's me, Miracle Max, joined with
Marshall.
the Wed Pilot Watches.
Hello, I'm the Dwed Power.
And last week we watched
Knowledge.
The Princess Bride. This was a Trace pick.
This week,
and this is a good pick. I let him know beforehand.
I love this movie.
I said, "Hey, Trace, you did good. This is a good pick for once in a fucking while. The last couple movies Trace has had."
I disagree, but I'll take the
Shitters.
compliment.
What was the last movie you had?
Honestly, couldn't remember.
Starship Troopers. Daddy said sucked. Hot Rod sucked.
Hot Rod was so good.
So
You're a
fucking
little.
wrong
You're
for
just
that.
pissed off about Power Rangers.
Timeline sucked.
Timeline was fine.
Cobweb sucked. Chronicle
Cobweb was
sucked.
alright. Chronicle was good.
Hoodwinked was a
I'm just
Marshall
gonna go
pick
down. We're just gonna go
anyways.
down the line. Memento was dog shit. Power Rangers was dog shit.
It feels like Marshall and Trace specifically just have clashing tastes most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because
we're
like
of two clans.
we'll watch a stupid
Clash
movie
of
that's
Clans?
funny, and Trace is like, "That's funny," and then he'll see something. He's like, "I didn't get it. I don't
I can say
understand
the
what's
exact
going on."
same
What do
thing
you
about
mean?
you. You don't like Hot Rod.
Yeah,
It wasn't funny to me. I
It is
understand how
funny.
it could be funny. I just didn't find it funny.
It's really
That's
fucking stupid that
different.
you don't find the things that I like funny. Okay, you didn't like Hot Rod.
No,
It wasn't funny to me.
Because you don't understand how it could be funny.
What do you
I
mean?
Understand.
I understand.
Yeah, what are you
I under-
talking about?
I don't know what you mean. Give me an example.
Fuck
Power
you,
Rangers.
dude. I
Fuck
don't want
you,
to
Power.
be here. God, you pissed
My-
me off yesterday.
Oh my
What
god.
yesterday?
You know exactly what you two did yesterday.
That was 100%
Earlier-
Jobe.
Earlier when Marshall asked us if we thought it was going to be a good episode, I think what he meant to say is,
Did
are
he
you
plan
going to
this?
try to make it a good episode? Because I will tear it down to be a bad episode.
I just like it when Marshall immediately goes like 100% in, and then the second you deconstruct his argument just a tiny bit, he fucking crumbles. And it's an immediate, I don't want to be, I'm done.
Guys,
I can't.
do we just want to pause the recording until he can get some
No,
water?
no.
All right, I'm gonna be
100%
real with
not.
you
This
guys.
is funny.
Princess Bride, it's a good movie. All right, I'm just gonna get us out of this tangent zone that the Dwight Pilot Watchers decided to spoil us or spiral us into. But Princess Bride, it's a good movie.
That's insane,
It's quotable.
but okay.
It's memorable. It's got everything a young boy or a young adult or an old adult or a young child or a very old adult or a very
That's
very
for
old person.
Fred Savage.
Everyone. It's got princesses. It's got sword fighting.
Brides.
It's got
It
giant.
doesn't have too
rats,
much kissing, though, does it?
and it's got a good amount. It's got the right amount of kissing. It's got
a little bit
Aw.
more kissing.
political intrigue. It's got
Political
Miracle
kissing.
Max. It's got an albino man. It's got
He's called the
magic.
albino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
a
good
gross
movie. I think
one.
we can all. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Trace and Joe,
don't
you
think
guys
it's
both
actually-
like this movie a lot too.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to listen to the rest of the episode to find out.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
Okay.
every time we give our thoughts
Yeah.
initially before we
Okay.
do the rest of the episode.
Perhaps I'm going to try
Guess what to watch the
I'm
rest of
gonna
the
try to-
episode
to
right now.
bluff my feelings on this film. This is a great episode.
This is a banger
Trace,
start to a
for those
banger
of you-
movie
for-
to
why
a banger
don't you, for
episode
the
to a banger. I
audience-
barely know her.
why don't you just tell the audience what happens in this movie, just to jog their memory?
See?
Perfect.
See? That's fucking guy, dude.
What? See, Marshall doesn't understand that bits are a thing, and I find some things funny. And Marshall,
Bits?
Honestly, I
Pieces?
prefer that to
Bits and
Trace's
pieces?
usual recap, because now I get to talk again.
Yeah, so you've
What's
seen
my
The Princess
usual
Bride.
recap?
If you haven't,
You take the longest out of all of them.
I do not.
You
and
absolutely do.
No, I'm saying this with all the benevolence in my heart and all the love I can muster. Madison.
out of the
100%
three of us, you
Madison.
idiot.
Yeah, but
You
I'm
fucking
thinking
goober.
grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I'm
See,
thinking
that's
Arby's.
your problem. That's your problem.
That's
I'm
my
big picture-
problem?
I'm big picture guy. You are like, what's happening in the next 5 seconds?
Your picture's always out of focus. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
because I'm so big. Because I'm
Listen,
big picture
Princess
guy.
Bride. Dude, this movie makes me cry all the fucking time.
Really?
Not all the time. Every time I watch it,
It's a classic. What
I'm a
more can be
crier.
said?
If the audience, if this is your first time tuning in, hi, I'm
They
Marshall.
know.
I'm the guy who cries.
They watched the Twilight episode.
If they didn't, I'm just saying, if this is their
Fair.
first time
Twilight,
making
did
an
he?
appearance,
He's
I'm the guy
verge.
that cries. And
I
dude,
was.
when Inigo Montoya is sitting there and he's, you know, and he's like, my name is Inigo Montoya, and he's like batting the guy's sword away, and you're like, ah, fuck, get his ass. Get his
All
ass.
he wants to do is avenge
I
his
do find it
father.
really funny when he's just like, the guy stabs me, like knocks into his shoulder, and then he tries to stab me. I just knocks into his other arm.
It's
and,
the
like,
it gives the Monty Python tis
Yeah.
but a flesh wound or tis but a scratch or whatever.
in terms of Marshall crying, I was I was joking about it earlier today actually because
Keep bringing me up. I'm living rent free in your mind.
no, we were just
At
talking
work,
Well,
welding.
I
and
mentioned how
Marshall's
you
such a
had
crier.
met your dear wife,
She's a
crying
regular
over
human,
She's a
right?
Spirit.
human.
Not a deer.
So yeah, I think we should just
See, Marshall and I can find common ground. We just have to unify against Jobe.
There was
the
world
true
peace
villain.
right there for a moment.
Anyway, Marshall cried while watching Spirit in front of his now wife.
We'll talk about that more when we inevitably do the Spirit episode.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Because
It's
that
gonna
opens
break
a
me.
can of worms that I'm not sure I'm ready to confront.
I watched a Spirit edit the other day on TikTok and I started tearing up a little. It wasn't even the fucking movie, dog.
Oh my god. Anyway, and then to like further exemplify, I was like, oh yeah, Marshall, big time crier. Like he fucking was shooting his tear load at the first 10 minutes of Star Trek.
He'd be shoo-in at the
Dude,
village for
oh my
town
god,
crier.
it just like I'm in touch with my feelings, all right? I'm an emotional man.
I'm sure you are.
I'll admit it. I liked it at the very end when Grandpa said "as you wish," which is
Yeah,
in
that
terms
was
of the
good.
movie is "I love you," and that's cute.
It's
Anyway,
adorable.
Hey Trace, how about for realsies? Give us a quick synop.
All right, I'll be quick. So, this movie is about an old man telling Fred Savage, his grandson, about the story of the Princess Bride. Princess Buttercup and Wesley Snipes are. Sorry, it's the only thing I was thinking about when I was watching the movie.
You get a pass for that one.
Her true love Wesley are on this little housestead, and he's just a farmhand. And she's all like, "Hey, can you do this one thing for me?" And he goes, "As you wish." And then she's like, "Can you do this thing for me?" "As you wish." "Can you do it as you wish?" And we find out, "As you wish" in Wesley terms means "I love you more than anything I can ever express." And she finds this out. And she just kind of goes along, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go find my way out in the world so that I can give you a better life." So he goes to work on a ship out in the sea, and then unfortunately, the Dwed pirate Wajas attacks, and he is always he's always known to never leave survivors. So they're like, "Ah, shit, Wesley's dead." So she's like, "Well, that's unfortunate. I loved him, and now he is gone. I am ruined forever." And then fucking, I gotta read his name because I can never remember it.
Prince Humperdinck.
Yes, Prince Humperdinck is going to be king of the land, and he is given the choice of any woman in the world that he can wed, and he chooses now Princess Buttercup. After some time, Wesley makes it back, but we don't know that yet. He's following somebody. Who is he following? The 3 men who have kidnapped Princess Buttercup a little bit before her wedding day. We have Andre the Giant with a few. I can't remember their names either. Give me a second.
Wait.
Wallace Shawn, and then Mandy Patinkin as Inigo Montoya, Vizzini, and the Giant, who's Fezzik. They are stealing the princess so they can start a war, but the dread pirate Roberts is following them, And one by one, he defeats Inigo Montoya on one-on-one combat with their swords and their skill. He destroys Fezzik's his brains with his quickness and Fezzik's strength, and then he defeats
Vizzini. God damn, Trace.
I have a bad memory. Leave me alone.
This is his favorite movie, by the way.
It is. 100% is. I just don't want them to...
So we have little names that we can put for ourselves. This is mainly for ours. So Jobe's the Sicilian. I'm Miracle Marshall, and Jobe is Trace's the Dwight Pirate Rogers, and I'm pretty sure it should be Roberts, right?
Wait, time out.
Yeah, it's Robert.
I don't know what you mean. So anyway, I was thinking of the Jolly Roger when I wrote it. So anyway, he then defeats Vizzini with his wits and poison and his lack there of susceptibility to the poison. He gets Princess Buttercup, and she's like, "You're a brute. You're the one who killed the love of my life." And he's like, "Why, yes, I am. And here's how I did it." And he was very nice, and I liked him a lot, and I thought he was kind. And she's like, "Well, you suck." And she's like, "You should go die." And then he rolls down a hill going, "As you wish." And she goes, "Oh, fuck Wesley, the love of my life. I've killed him again." So she tumbles down the hill, lands on top of him. They kiss, and then they go through these horrible monster-infested lands. There are these weird lava shoots that are gonna kill you because they're really hot. There's a lightning sand. It's like quicksand but faster. And then there are the ROUS, rodents of unusual size, which Wesley doesn't believe in until he gets attacked. After they get attacked, Prince Humperdinkle and his whole unit finds them, and she's like, "Wait, no, don't hurt my friend. If you send him back, I'll come with you." And they're like, "All right, send him back." And then he's like, "Don't send him back. Kill him immediately after we leave." And then they leave. He takes him to the pit of despair, where he's doing a bunch of scientific research on it. The other two find out that there's some shit going on, and they gotta find this man with the 6 fingers because Inigo Montoya's dad was killed by him, and he's like, shit, I need revenge on him, and now I know where to find him. But now I need the man in black, which was Wesley. They find Wesley. He's dead because he sucked 50 years out of his life, and that is the life expectancy of people at that time. And they get him to Miracle Max, 20. who shoves chocolate down his throat and is going to be revived in 15 minutes. So they get to the castle. Some hijinks ensues. He's not quite up to his strength. Inigo Montoya kills the man who kills his father, and Wesley humiliates Humperdinck because how could you do more with a name like that? He kisses Princess Buttercup one more time, and then they all very slowly fall onto these horses that Fezzik got for them, and they ride off into the moonset.
Really good, Trace.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
However, a couple points. I don't think they ever mentioned that the swamps are monster infested.
Well, the rats.
They're just rats, and they're just.
I mean, those are monstrous rats.
Also,
I feel like they would fall under the category of monster.
They don't feed them the chocolate, and then it takes 15 minutes. They're supposed to wait 15 minutes for the chocolate to work to get to full potency.
I was trying to be quick.
Yeah, but you already give us the shot for shot for the whole fucking thing. So why didn't you just get it right? And then he rolls down the hill. Camera pans up. Buttercup screams, "Oh no! I killed Wesley!" Back to Wesley as he's rolling down the hill.
Hey.
But now you want shot for shot for shot. Okay.
Hey,
let's start over.
Let's leave the electron zone and enter the proton zone. You know what I'm saying?
No, I want to continue being
negative. Electrons are negative and protons
we've been to school.
Well, some of us have.
All right. Yeah, this is a good movie.
All right. Next week we're watching
No,
Mad Dog or something.
We'll get into it. All the characters in this are a delight.
Suck me off.
They're all over the top, but they're all like, it's not like stupid over the top. It's a good amount of over the topness, right?
It's enough to add the humor in,
right?
Like you know really where the humor is.
Makes me wish more movies today were better at being funny while still telling a compelling, albeit simple story.
because it's like it's not really a comedy; it's an action adventure with funny moments, but they're not like. I don't know how to explain. They're not like the Marvel funny where it's just like a zinger right there. You know?
It's not like a one-liner. It's just kind of like every once in a while they hit him with it and you're like, that's good. That's good.
I would argue Wesley is probably the most quippy, but
yes,
he's allowed.
He's got Spider-Man attitude.
Yeah.
Maybe a little Tony Stark.
I mean, like the entire character of Vizzini is just hilarious to me. Like his whole being. The voice,
his existence,
everything about it is just
getting started.
It's just
that wasn't too bad actually.
But everyone else is playing it like.
Well, he's also
serious,
the voice of that guy in The Incredibles, and I've done that scene too many times. No, he's the insurance CEO.
Oh, that's right.
Isn't he one of the Toy Story characters, or am I losing my mind?
What?
Isn't he in Toy Story?
Probably.
Surprise!
I mean, he's got a good voice. Yeah, he is in Toy Story.
Good job,
Marshall. He plays Rex.
That's
Rex.
Right.
Yeah.
There's the back door.
He's talking about his asshole the whole time too.
Yep.
He's a plastic dinosaur. He doesn't have a butthole.
Don't forget. Shout out.
Andy made one.
Billy Crystal's in this. Miracle Max.
He's also in a Goofy movie.
I'll just say I have an attachment to Toy Story. To the point when I saw like a Robot Chicken parody of it, I actually got kind of upset.
It's the first one where they have that little doll and it turns out and goes, "Mama," and Jobe he sees himself in that doll every day.
Me for real.
This eye is fake.
I was 2 years old and I stood up, pointed at the TV, and said, "He just like me for real."
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of veering into the tangent zone, but to reel us back in, the very beginning kind of sections where you have the 3 trials that the Dread Pirate Roberts goes through are
which were
well, he fights Inigo Montoya in a sword duel, and while at the time you're like kind of watching, you're like, all right, they're not really like. I feel like going for each other. They're just kind of batting their swords.
That's
back
what fencing is.
But it's fun. They're making all these jokes about what kind of defense to use against what offense or what's technique. And they're like just smacking swords together. Let's be real. But it's all entertaining. And then there's the Inigo Montoya. He's using his left hand and he's not left-handed. And he switches.
And you don't know.
The Dread Pirate Roberts does the same thing. And then you see Inigo Montoya does his little
I'm also not left-handed.
What do you call it?
Perfect.
Like jump off the bar.
The monkey bar? The single monkey bar?
The single monkey bar in this ruined castle.
And that was the pull-up bar.
The set design. Like, sets, costume, everything is very simple but effective.
Okay, it's really thing is, it's still kind of dated, though, because you can tell where, like, there's the pad for them to land on, right?
And, I don't know why. I love that. I don't know what it is. Like, it's very obviously, like, that's not natural, but when they land, there's, like, a big puff of dirt that just...
It's
and then it goes back down. I'm like,
but at the same time, you're like, it shows it's, like, there. It gives, like, a sense of realism.
You don't want to get that, that shock in your legs that goes up to your tummy.
Maybe it's, like, it's acceptable because, like, in the canon of the movie, this is just a story being read by
that's true.
Grandson. And
it happened.
And the few times that, like, and they'll do it once when they're on the boat where Vizzini talks in the grandpa's voice when they have to go back because he has to restart the story. I think that's so great. Or the interruptions in the frame of this is a book being told, having the kid interrupt his grandfather several times and have them just skip a part because he doesn't want to listen to kissing is just an unbelievably great idea in this, right? Because they could have just been
savage. What a prude.
I mean, the one that they could have just done, right, is like, I'm gonna read this book and then it's just
go through the whole book,
go through the whole thing, but not have any mention of there's like bring it back to the fact to read the book, you know. But they do, and they have that overarching character arc for the young boy on kissing's all right.
Yeah, he's now got a little gonna go kiss a girl at school when he's done being sick.
But yeah,
it's probably how he got sick.
Like we were saying, all the characters are great. Vizzini's great. Under the Giant.
No bad characters.
Inigo Montoya, Wesley, Princess Buttercup.
Actually, Prince Humperdinck was a bad character because he was going to kill Wesley.
okay, there are no characters that were written poorly. You sick son of a
even them,
bitch.
Prince Humperdinck, like still kind of funny, but an asshole, but
Yeah.
really good.
I love when
He's got a
he's
funny
smacking
asshole.
them, and like the music that plays every time. Like it'll cut to
Yeah.
it'll be Wesley fighting one of Vizzini's men, and then once he's done, it cuts back to the prince. He's like, "Ah, yes, I can tell by the dent. He beat the giant, and then he went this way.
Yeah.
Huzzah! Ba-ba-ba-ba!"
That's one thing
I like
too,
his little
with
dancing around. He's like, huh.
the music on having
What?
like the music being either timed on sword swings or having it for important beats. Like there was like an uptick on like when stuff happened. You know, I thought was also just great. Something I didn't catch the like couple times I've seen before, but it's one of the things I was like watching it. I'm like, oh yeah, like look at that. Six Fingered Man also great. Count Bitch is whatever his name is.
You can't.
He's
say
just
Bergen. That's
he's the most
derogatory.
he's the most evil like mustache twirling villain that you'll get in this. I feel like
I love the scene when he throws the knife into Inigo's stomach and is like, "You spent your whole life hunting for me just to die like this? That might be the worst thing I've ever heard."
Okay, but for real, Inigo
Delightful.
took that
It's the
knife
saddest
to the
thing he's
stomach
ever
like a
heard.
champ.
Yeah.
After like 5 minutes, because he was like, "I'm dying," and then he's like, "Wait,
well, I've definitely failed.
I just
It's all
locked
pro
in,
wrestling.
right?
It's
He
true.
locked in, killed him,
Scripted.
jumped off the second, third, fourth story, landed on
he's
a horse, and rode off to the sunset."
But both him
Upset.
and Wesley are like perfectly fine after having lost their strength and jumping like 2 stories.
Well, Wesley was like
They
regaining
stopped
his
at a
strength.
bonfire.
He is getting strength back, but like what? It's like, oh, we tick, 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 tick. I'm still weak. I'm still weak. I have to jump. All right, I'm good to go.
Well, I think
Well,
also
once you're out the window, you don't. Also, he fell out the window.
He just needed fresh air.
something I think was fun that's like kind of turning the stuff on its head or whatever is typically you'll have like the main protagonist fight the antagonist, right? So like in this would be Wesley versus Humperdinck, but in this one it's not like it's all kind of you're thinking it's going to be an action like sword fight, you know?
Yeah.
But then they're just like it's just a bluff, which is perfect for Wesley's character, which is pretty much what he's been doing the whole movie. It's getting by with his wit and bluffing people and his smarts.
And we know it wouldn't be a fight. Humperdinck's a little bitch. He may be a good tracker. He might just be reading the script. I don't know. But we don't know anything about his fighting skill.
That scene from Robin Hood Men in Tights where he whips out where he loses the archery contest. He's like, "Wait, I'm not supposed to lose," and he whips out
That's
this
pretty
script.
good.
I haven't seen it.
Oh shit! Spoilers.
Well, I've seen it.
Sorry, Jobe. It's a movie, by the way.
But I do.
Carrie Elizabeth.
That's also Carrie
Elvis.
Elvis.
And Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
He goes,
I watched that movie. Tangent. I watched the movie as a kid, and they made a circumcision joke, and I didn't understand it. And I asked my dad, and he's like, "I'm not going to explain it to you."
I'm not going to explain your penis.
What Mel Brooks' best role is Big Weld in Robots.
Wow. Well, he goes to the Big Weld Ball.
I just love his like when he's like at the final battle. I'm gonna help. He's like, "I'm here to help out." Also, who's the broad with the big ass? And then Ewan McGregor's like, "You're helping us? Why?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know. I'm an older guy. She seems to be. She could serve my needs."
Yeah, that's weird.
The robots have sex, and that's awesome.
All right,
but
guys.
How?
We got a lot in here. Miracle
the nuts
Max.
go in the nut
it's
or
only
something.
on screen for what 5-7 minutes. Amazing.
But it's Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal is Calcifer in House Moving Castle. Also fantastic. But here,
Jobe's never seen it.
He's great. Inigo Montoya walks in and he's like, "It's a heart wrenching tale." And he's like, "Nah, I bet he cheated you." And then he hits you with the taplav, and you're like, cinema. Taplav? Are you kidding me? Then his wife comes out and beats the shit out of him.
That part's real funny. He's just like running out there. You bastard!
That's the second funniest old woman scene, but I gotta get first. It's just the old woman standing up and going, "Oh!"
That was
sequence.
I love that she responds. She's like, "What's your problem?" Boo!
Okay, no, I get that part. Let's get to that.
Dude, I love the kid's like, "Dude, she's not supposed to marry Humperdinck."
Yeah, he's like,
what the
wait,
fuck?
you're telling the story wrong. You're telling it wrong. Tell it right now.
And
Do you want me to read it?
Dude, chill, man.
Grandpa's like,
You want-
calm
you want me to
down.
read?
It's just words on a page.
All right.
I'm gonna keep reading it if you'll let me. No, you're telling it wrong. I'm Fred Savage.
What's
My
with this
brother-
fixation on
My
Fred
brother's the boy who met the world.
Big brother?
Anyways, the effects for the whole movie seem pretty alright. The only thing that does not hold up is the rat. The rodent.
No, Rat still looks horrifying.
Rodent is incredibly dated. Are you kidding me?
Nah, I love the rodent.
Again, maybe it's because it's like in the context of the movie, it is a story, but I love that fucker. That's just
It's
costume.
adorable.
No, it's
but it's
so
very
fun.
dated.
It's the same guy who
It's
plays one
all
of the
very
Ewoks in
dated.
Star
Yes.
Wars.
The fact that when you look this guy up as like IMDb, like his first image is him
Is the
as
Ewok.
the Ewok. It's
Yeah.
not his face. Tells
That's
you
He doesn't
everything you
need
need to know
it.
about
He
this
doesn't need
rodent.
it. He doesn't need the
what are some
recognition.
other-
It's his work.
I mean, the eel, the shrieking eel.
Okay, that's good.
that
The eel.
shrieks right
So we
before
have
it
these
attacks.
like. So is this
Shrieks
supposed
in
to take
Italian.
place in like England? Question mark.
Yeah.
Because this is like real England with
Yes.
big ass rodents and eels. Because they still have Australia and Greenland in this fictional
Yeah.
world that we live in.
Yeah, it's in the
And Italy.
UK-ish
And
area.
Asia.
Yeah.
Sicily. Yeah.
The land
My
we're in
bad.
Asia.
And it's just
No,
one of those
the-
things that you're like,
no,
oh,
the
yeah.
rodents are good.
It's
Yeah.
it's it's a
and
good movie.
As a kid, I never saw it because I'm not paying attention to the foreground or the background. But he's sitting there and he's pulled her out of the lightning sand. She's like, "What about the ROUSs? Oh, the rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist." But there's like 3 behind him as they're walking away, and then he gets attacked. I'm like, that's good. He's not looking around him. He's got situational awareness, but all he can think about is this beautiful woman who he thinks has the greatest breasts in the world.
I love right after they get out of the swamp and he's like trying to negotiate. He's like, "No, we've bested the swamp. We could live there forever."
No, we've already done all these things. We can keep doing this.
like Wesley as a witty protagonist. I feel like witty
So
protagonists always do good, but he does a really good job of just like zinger after zinger, right?
Carl's
like,
great.
Right when they come out
It
of
can
the,
almost make me ignore his shitty little mustache.
Yeah,
oh, his mustache is terrible.
I
But right when they
like
come
the
out and they're
mustache.
like, surrender. They're like, you surrender to me? Very well, I accept. Great, every time.
It's like, "You seem a good man. I'd hate to kill you. You seem like a good man.
I hate to die. It's interesting that you call his mustache shitty when I've definitely seen you shave like all of your chin and just leave the mustache, and it is.
Joe,
Dude,
I think
there.
your facial hair is great. Keep
My
doing what you want,
mustache.
man.
I'm just
blows
saying.
his mustache out of the water.
Oh,
Okay, picture for a
Give us a
second.
close up.
'Cause
Give us a
here's-
close up.
For the
No.
audience, here's what I do. I shave my mustache down like a normal person, just like get it off the lip.
What do
and
you mean?
Off the sides. This is if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. But
It's good. It's a pencil mustache.
It's a
great.
shitty pencil, but it doesn't even
It's
reach the
not
edges of his
shitty.
mouth.
That's because he
And
can't.
it's crooked, shorty.
It's because he's a
Not
pirate.
everything can be perfect,
He's
and
a
it shows that.
pirate.
Yeah, they don't have perfection back then. They don't have razors. They just have little blades.
Pause.
That's
They
what
do
makes
have
a mistake.
perfection. They do have perfection. He says that her breasts are perfect.
Well, yes, okay. In terms of breasts, we have perfection because it's Princess Buttercup's. But in terms of facial hair, it can't be done. You do one
Okay.
little tiny. Oh, I fucked that up. It's uneven now. Well, I gotta live with that because I'm the Dread Pirate Roberts.
No, you don't. You just shave it all off.
I do.
No. Because if anybody says, "Hey, Captain Dread Pirate Roberts, your mustache is a little crooked," he's gonna kill them. They're dead now. You've just killed 6 men because you brought this up. You're a monster.
Look, clearly I don't have the best facial hair in the world,
Neither do I.
but
Because Wesley does.
I can do a decent mustache, and it looks good.
I don't know. I just keep thinking back to the show you did as the UPS man, and you looked like a pedo.
I looked like a pedo because of
You did.
because of the lunchbox I had.
Anyways,
He has his own lunchbox. Look, it's him.
that would be a great time to take our Capri Sun break.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
We'll
You
catch
sexy
you
lad.
right after this. come back from that Capri Sun break. We had a lovely time talking about
Yeah, we did. What's up?
Personal things in our lives.
You would love it. You guys, do you want me to get into it?
You might.
I can get into it.
No.
It hurt.
Let's talk
sensation.
about something else in the movie.
Like about you and me.
Weakest.
Oh, Marshall froze. There we go.
No, everyone else froze.
There you go. Now you're good. Now you're a little bored. You're all right.
I feel like for me, the weakest parts are when Wesley's not there. So like,
I
when
agree.
It's Fezzik and Inigo hanging out.
He brings the charisma.
Or it's Fezzik doing his Dread Pirate Roberts. Like those are like the weaker parts.
I like
obviously
Fezzik's
we gotta have.
Yeah,
Fezzik's
fine.
Too
good, man.
But even like having the whatchamacallit, other stuff happen
B-plot?
around.
What do you call it? The plot.
The plot. Like when it's like Buttercup and Humperdinck, it's just like, all right, they're gonna talk. We know Wesley's coming. We just don't know how he's getting there yet. You know what I'm saying?
You're just like the boy.
Yeah.
Also, you know what? Maybe I am that little boy.
You are.
But is that too bad?
I assume
is that wrong?
I do assume your grandfather read you this book when you were Fred Savage's age.
My grandfather
handed
me
a
Nintendo 64
see
controller
Fred Savage
and said,
in you, though. It's the curly
play
hair in the
Mario.
front.
My dog might have taken a shit in my room.
That's pretty cool.
That's
what are three other things about
really
him?
unfortunate.
Glitches?
Stitches?
Anyway, let's talk about the albino for a moment. He's great.
His intro is funny. I don't think he's a real albino. I'll be the first to say
isn't. But God, I just
Could
love
they not
it.
have found one?
When fucking Wesley wakes up and he's like, "Where am I?" And then it's like, "You're in that. You're in the pit of despair, mate. It's not a good look.
You're gonna fucking die."
That little bit right there would sound so much. It gives like a Mel Brooks bit.
It is Mel Smith,
like
his brother.
What?
With his first name shared, not last name.
They decided
it's
to keep
weird quirk of the Mels. Mel Smith,
the Mel family,
Mel B, Mel Bin,
Scary Spice.
I already said Mel B. Scary Spice and Mel B are separate people.
I don't know.
Why not?
I mean, exists. I like it. I'm not gonna go down that route, actually. So anyway, I think this movie's kind of cool.
Do you?
Yeah, a little bit. We had a we did have a
yes, Joe.
We did have a dog. We called Princess Buttercup. That was kind of neat.
Wesley probably killed a good amount of people.
I think he would be down to kill people as long as he got him back to Princess Buttercup.
I mean, he was. At least he didn't. You know what? If they were bad people, I think he would have killed them. We see him fight Inigo, not kill him because he thinks he's a good guy. Same thing with Fezzik. But Vizzini, he does just go straight into.
He knows that these guys don't really, they don't want to hurt Buttercup. They're just in it for the money. They need this.
This is a Death Note situation where
he doesn't know their real name.
He alone can decide who lives and who dies, and that he should be the final judge of everyone.
Nah, he just wants to work back on his farmland with his beautiful wife, Princess Buttercup.
She's
Never
not
to
a
pick
princess.
up a sword again. He is to her.
Okay, but also the first half of Death Note was good, and then the second half really fell off.
I like when he crouches in a chair. Not him, but L.
Yeah, and that's the first half.
Yeah.
And then they kill L, and then
Marshall loves to do this thing where he'll say he likes this thing, and then I'll say I like something that's not entirely related, but it encompasses it, and he immediately takes that as no, Marshall, you're wrong. I like it when he does this. You're like, right. And he does, and it's in the first. It's in the first part. That means I'm saying right.
That's why. It's the good thing that you like is in the first part, which is the good part.
Yeah, but you say it with such malice.
Guys, please. I'm trying to run a very serious show here.
Oh, you couldn't.
Now Marshall's got to blur that out because we can't have fingers being flipped.
Sure we can. We just can't have anything like penis.
What What are the
look how big this
advertisers going to think of us? Oh
What,
no,
like
you can't
Whataburger?
show off a
Look how
brand
big
logo.
this.
Dude, Whataburger will
No!
sponsor us 100%. Our new break is gonna be Whataburger break.
Man, look, I'm
We'd
telling
have
you,
to
when
drive
you watch
pretty
The
far.
Princess Bride,
Take it
you
to
just get a
Walmart.
sense of childlike
Whimsy.
wonder and whimsy. Something that I feel like Trace has lost in his lives.
Yeah, and this brings me back to a simpler time, 1987, when I was 20.
This movie came out in like
Trace,
1600s.
let's do
so-
the bit that they do where we rhyme each other's sentences.
Hey, I got yelled at. I didn't get yelled at. I got points off an assignment because I rhymed minute with minute, and they're like, "No, those aren't. You can't rhyme the same word with the same
100%
word." And I'm
true.
like, no one ever told me this. I was a freshman in high school.
Dude, there's a lot of only 3 hours from here.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, probably in what is that in Illinois?
No.
Really?
What's going on?
Missouri?
Who is in Missouri?
A Whataburger.
Whataburger.
Yeah, it's a bad Whataburger. I ordered the same thing I did at that Whataburger as I did at Whataburger in Texas, and they literally took an hour and a half.
Whataburger's not
it
that
has
amazing.
the same scars as every other Whataburger in the country.
I'm just telling you. Also, fun fact: Jobe, Trace, and our other friend came down.
Yes.
Joe, he was in the Tron episode.
You remember
Came
Joe?
down
We'll
to
have him on
visit
another
me.
episode.
Into this. I forgot my PSP. I went in to look for it. Got embarrassed because it wasn't where I left it. Left. Got even more embarrassed when I got clowned on by my friend.
Okay.
So
It's
I went back in and I had to ask, "Do you have a PSP?" And they're like, "What the fuck is a PSP?"
It's
so
like
I had to say, it was a little black case. It looked like this.
It's in your hand, dipshit. So it is.
The best part, we're like, "Why'd you bring it in?" He's like, "I just
no, and that's the thing.
A PlayStation portable.
Jobe's telling this story as if he had no choice but to bring this in. 100%, you didn't need to bring it in. You could have just sat there and enjoyed the company of your friends. So yes,
who you haven't seen in person
naturally,
for like 10 years.
we're going to make fun of you when you forget it like a child.
I have to put up with your stinky ass every
You're
week.
like a child that loses his phone on an Applebee's and can't figure out. Oh wait, you fucking did that too.
Yeah, but it was in the booth when I went back
lose
in
shit
for
restaurants so frequently.
It's because
that box of takeout that you got from Tap House.
Trace's house burned down.
Yeah, it did.
And
it was funny as fuck.
And his dad's 3 feet tall.
Yeah. Look
and Marshall's rich.
Well, yeah. No, he is 100%.
My parents were rich.
No, and you were by proxy because you were with your family.
Ask me how much money I have.
You're a rich
now.
little boy.
I bet you think I have 6 figures in my bank account.
It's his net worth.
$2.
Yeah, but who's getting all the money when your parents die? Heidi, never die, please.
Heidi, whatever you do, don't fucking die.
Your younger sister's in the will first.
Yeah.
Probably.
We like her better.
My dad's not going to leave any
good
money
with
to us. My sister, probably.
My brother isn't. I swear, every other day we get a
brother's
package
an
from
idiot.
Amazon, and we're like, "What the fuck is this?" And it's just, "Oh, cool, my stupid shit came in."
All right, we're in the tangent.
My stupid shit's here. I can't wait. www.
Just pulls out pile of cow manure. I'm so glad my shit came in. This is the best.
All over him.
Let us reel it back in.
Man,
Princess
that's
Bride.
Noah to a T.
The plot, I feel like people don't talk about it enough. The characters, everyone's like, "Oh, I love these guys. I love the quotes, I love the bits." But no one talks about how the plot is just like it's simple, yet it's effective. You know what I'm saying? It's got a couple twists and turns there. It's nothing too crazy, but it's still a solid plot line for a movie, and it allows these characters to really just characterize themselves and pop off or something like that. I don't know, dude. I'm really trying to ramble here because you guys are giving me 1,000-yard stares. I'm really.
It was just funny because you started that off with immediately disagreeing with yourself, and I thought that was very funny.
What the fuck did you say?
You were like, a lot of people don't. No, they do.
No,
a lot of people.
So Monday, right?
Look,
what are we doing here, guys?
I'm gonna get to do Scott Pilgrim, and I know I can pick it whenever I want.
My thing is, I haven't picked it.
It's your pick next week, and you're choosing some stupid fucking movie.
And Marshall's never seen it. He's already throwing shade at this. I don't even know what. I'll be real. I don't remember what the next one is. Oh, Marshall, blur that out. It's a spoiler. I was never gonna pick Scott Pilgrim because I did always just assume that's gonna be a Jobe pick. It's like I would never pick Spirit because that's when Marshall's ready.
Fucking not.
I'm picking it next time. I'm swapping my next one out.
Dude, I got a couple of good ones lined up. Wait. You guys ain't ready for this.
Oh boy. I haven't looked at the spreadsheet in years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I know. People, we'll say, like, hey, Jobe, what are you picking next week? Jobe will tell us, and then we'll say it on the podcast. And then a couple days, someone will be like, what are we watching this week? And I'm like, bro, you have access to this spreadsheet.
I've thought of asking, and I just go to the spreadsheet.
I'm going to be
diligently.
Honest. I absolutely forgot what we were watching this week until you sent the one GIF into the group chat.
This fucker.
And I was like, oh yeah, Princess Bride.
The best movie of all time.
Dude, you can't fucking rent Princess Bride on like Amazon or YouTube. You have to buy it.
What? Disney Plus, probably. I watched on Disney Plus, but you should own the movie. Everyone should own this movie.
Yeah, but
I just don't have a
if you're
DVD
gonna
player.
Buy
on my
a movie,
computer.
Buy a physical version of it so it doesn't get fucking taken down by.
I'm gonna play my VHS. I probably do have a VHS of it upstairs.
That you do, boomer.
Yeah.
I have a VHS of Shrek, so that's cool.
I have Toy Story. You'd love that, Jobe.
I probably have
it might be one of the. Somewhere. It might be one of the like colored VHS too, because I know like the Rugrats had that orange one.
VHS of color. You fucking
no.
So, what are you guys' favorite moments from the movie? Like your one favorite scene.
That's a toughie.
That is a toughie.
For me, like I know the very first fight scene with Inigo and Dread Pirate Roberts is a lot of people's favorites, but for me, it's got to be Inigo at the very end, chopping down the six-fingered man. Yeah. Peak.
That's pretty good.
Peak. Now, if you guys say that, you guys are copying me, so I said it first.
I'm gonna go really. I'm gonna go with a really stupid answer.
That's fine.
I do really like the ending, and I mean the part when the grandpa gets to leave. Just because
I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never realized that he's saying the "as you wish" as "I love you." I thought he was saying "as you wish" as a callback to the book. Forgot about the extra stuff.
He is.
No, but I forgot that extra stuff that No. I know that he's saying B to A. But B, you know what I'm trying to say here, right?
Movies level, Marshall's level.
No, I met it. I just got lost in the tangent zone.
No, thinking about it, I think the reason I'm picking it is because it speaks to the power of stories. Like I've been saying, this is a movie for everyone, and I think that final scene just kind of exemplifies that. It's brought this kid and his grandpa closer together, even though at first they seemed to butt heads. But
Jobe has an estranged father, so it really resonates with him.
My dad went out to get milk, and
he came back, but he hates me now for some reason.
Yeah, he just dumps milk on my head.
He went out to get milk. Oh, I'm so sorry. When was the last time you saw him? 3 hours ago. He woke me up with a gallon of milk.
Whenever the Beekeeper episode was, ever since then, he's been a different person.
Mean old bastard.
So, Trace, what's your favorite bit?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people say, like, the Inigo Montoya and Wesley fight, but I gotta say, I really liked, like, towards the end, where he's fighting the six-fingered man. It's just like, bing, ding. It's just so good.
We try so hard to make a good episode.
And it works! Oh, I think I like I like the scene with him and Vizzini because it's just like it's supposed to be a battle of wits, and it is and isn't, because he outwits Vizzini because he's like he knows that he's gonna need this one day, so I'm gonna make myself resistant to iocane powder. But Vizzini's like, this is a mind game. It's a mind game. I know mind games. I'm smart. But Wesley's just like, all right, it is just my physical prowess, though, which is going to beat this out, so I'll just let him think it's it, and he'll defeat himself.
And it annoys me that he calls them glasses, even though they aren't made of glass.
That's true.
Like, I'm fine with it.
Jobe, okay, so, movie, Jobe.
This is such bullshit.
Trace, who are you fighting with?
Anyone! Come here, you sick bastards!
Hey, sing A Girl Worth Fighting For from Mulan.
A girl worth fighting for.
I'll have it brighter than the moon, with eyes that shine like stars.
Trace, you do an excellent Chinese man impression from Mulan.
If only I had
Griffith?
learned how to swim.
So here we are once
at
again.
The end of the
Trace
road.
is just being an ass.
What am I being an ass about? What am I being an ass about?
So like everything you say, just
it pisses me off. I would like to point out that Marshall, I feel like, is responding to me doing the movie at level, Jobe at level, whatever. That comes from Marshall. We never did that until Marshall was like, I feel like you're just not meeting the movie at its level, man. It's not. You're fucking stupid for liking movies.
I think I said that once at Marshall, though, with sincerity, and then Marshall took that personally, used it as a weapon of attack.
Well, 100%, yeah. But the bit comes from Marshall because Marshall's being a little prick about things.
So this all
it's because he's
yesterday.
sensitive and in touch with his
I
emotions
say,
or whatever.
This is probably the most we've argued. I want to say this is the most we've argued
about a movie we all liked.
We all liked, yeah.
So as I was saying,
because we all like it for the wrong reasons.
We were supposed to record at a certain time, and I'm sitting there, and I look like 5 minutes before we're supposed to record, and I look, and these guys are at fucking Buffalo Wild Wings together.
For the record,
actually, we were not.
Decided it was the time we were supposed to record. After the day of, an hour before he decided when we were supposed to record.
Yes. However, given the fact that we record at that same time for the past 8 or 9 weeks straight, Trace, I don't want to fucking hear a word out of your mouth.
I choose
That's
you.
Interesting, because I was going to kind of agree with Marshall. But I also kind of agree with Jobe a little tiny bit. Because, we didn't designate a specific time, but Marshall is correct. We do typically do it around 7:30. Now, I will say that I'm going to abstain myself of any guilt here because I was going to be fully ready. I knew for a fact Jobe still had half the movie to go when we met up because he said, "Can you wait until I finish the Andre scene?" And I went, "Great, we're not doing this tonight." But I chose to stay quiet about it because we went to go get all you can eat wings. And I was like, if we leave right now as we're leaving, we could probably still make it and Jobe could watch the movie in time. And then Jobe looks over and goes, "You want to walk over? You want to walk over to that comic book store?" I was like, "Sure."
And then Jobe has the audacity. So here's the thing: Jobe works nights, or not nights. He works.
Yeah, just incorrect. Here's the thing about Marshall: he lives in Italy. Oh wait, not Italy, Texas.
Jobe has to wake up early as fuck between Monday and Thursday. However, not Friday. So he's sitting there Thursday. Let's record at 8:30. There's no way we're going to record at 8:30 because every time we say 8:30, it's going to end up being 9. And then at that time it's 9, it's going to be 9:15, and then it's going to be 10:30, and I'm already asleep at that time. Princess Bride's a good movie.
So if Jobe were to say, "Let's record at 8," and then we know it's going to be at 8:30, would that have been acceptable?
No.
Interesting. Jobe's not a principal.
For the audience listening, sorry,
yes,
none
Dad.
of this can be interesting.
No, I think your dad likes it when we do this.
We only made this for you, Adam.
My dad likes pouring milk on my head.
On my little boy head in the middle.
My tiny freckled fuck face.
I say milk correctly.
Do I say it weird?
What do you
milk?
Yeah, you say milk.
Yeah, milk is weird.
Milk.
Yeah. Say Milkovich.
Milk.
That's not a real person.
It is. I'm sure it is.
John Malkovich.
Shameless. It's Shameless that's Milkovich.
Yeah. I'm sure that's an actual last name.
Milk and fish.
Okay, yeah, say milk
My
and
favorite
fish.
meal.
You're a monster.
Milk.
Milk.
Yeah. So
overall,
Say water,
this
Mel.
movie truly has something for everyone.
Mel
It makes
Brooks.
you feel like Batman.
Mel Gibson.
Anyways, can we talk about one thing before we start to wrap?
If you want to, it's your,
the aging machine or whatever the fuck, the extractonator.
Yeah.
What they kind of ripped off from Monsters
The
Inc.
suction
the stream
cups.
extractor. But anyways,
Monsters Inc. that wouldn't come out until 2004.
Anyways, if he's never gone
later.
above 5, why do we
16
have it go all
years,
the way to 50? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
But
Well,
also,
because you gotta.
what is the length of time? Because they didn't time anything. He just put it on to like 2 or whatever, and then held it there, and he's like, "All right, you're done."
I mean,
The only reason you're done is because he turned it off. It's like if you just went boom, boom,
My
would that
God.
count?
I mean, some cars can go this fast, but their speedometer goes like 80 miles further than the car could probably feasibly
I'm
go.
using the whole speedometer.
You don't know anything about torture. It's all mind games.
Yeah. He's doing it at 5, and Wesley goes, "This hurts a lot." It
Is
goes
it torture?
to 50.
It sounds like it's supposed to be.
It's 100% torture.
Like science based, right? It's like research.
Okay,
wow, nobody's ever done science on torture.
Okay, yeah, we're doing an experiment on an elephant. It's fucking torturing it though. Let's pump electricity through it and see what happens. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Medicine,
it's a science experiment.
Fucking pervert.
Don't worry. I'm gonna get getting knowledge out of this. Hurry,
Elephants
quick! Put this
knees.
car battery onto the tusks. Tusk. Take a tunnel.
So, Marshall, what's your favorite King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard song?
Oh, hold on. I got it right here. Give me a second.
All right. Well, Marshall does that. I'm going to give this movie my first ever 9 out of 10.
Absolutely untrue. You gave a real pain a 9. And Everything Everywhere at Once. Ford versus Ferrari. Smokey and the Bandit. Trey Jobe.
Hold on. You're both talking. You want to
Gila Monster. That's my King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard song.
Anyways, Trace doesn't understand the concept of a bit.
No, it's just that
no. Trace has bits.
I got bits coming out of my butt.
He just doesn't understand them.
I refuse to be the
second movie we ever did. You gave Ford versus Ferrari a 9. You fucking wacko.
Which is weird. I mean, it's in the name. It's 4
All right,
versus Ferrari. I'm pretty sure I made that joke in there.
This is a great movie. It's a fucking classic. And you know what? I ain't afraid. I'm giving it a 10.
I'll take it.
Not even a decimal point?
I mean, 10.0 if you want, but it can't go higher than a 10. Our score.
I'm giving it an 11.
To
my first ever. I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I think ultimately I think this is my favorite movie ever. This is a movie that I will always watch.
Have you seen Dougal?
Yeah.
Have you seen Spirit?
100%.
You have not seen Dougal. I guarantee you.
I'm sure I've seen Dougal.
You have
I have seen Dougal. I'm positive.
You admit it. I haven't seen Dougal.
Trace, look up Dougal right now. You tell me you've seen.
I know that dog like the
Jimmy
back of my
Fallon
head.
as a shitting horse.
Positive I've seen this movie.
You have not seen Dougal.
I'm positive I've seen this
It's
movie.
based on a French dog that does coke.
I can't wait till we get to this movie sometime and I go, I don't think I've ever seen this. Because I'm gonna completely forget about this conversation.
If we have to do an episode on Dougal, that one's
we will someday. It's gonna happen. It's an inevitability.
The Dougal
episode, it's a fixed point.
I saw that movie in theaters.
You would.
Remind me, what was the other option?
Dougal.
No, the other option at the movie.
Lagoon. It's Dougal backwards.
What other option?
What do you mean?
They're like, my mom took me to the theater and said we could watch anything.
There were 6 theaters. They were playing Dougal.
I'm confused. How do you know this story that I don't even know?
What do you mean other
you
movies?
You fucking told me this story of, my mom took me to the theater and the options were Amazing Spider-Man 1
I really like the movie.
And I chose fucking Dougal.
The Dougal Bride in 1987 was great.
Wait, so
it's a 10. This movie's a 10 out of 10. I'd watch this again right now.
Do it.
I don't have time.
Anyways, we loved having you. Folks, we were in the tangent zone for about 90% of this movie.
Anything.
But we loved having you here.
And if
Next
you were to
week, we are watching Jobe's Pit, Mad God stop motion flick. We're still doing Mad God, right? You're not like going to change to a good movie.
Nah, it's Mad Dog.
It's Mad God. Yeah, I still want to watch it.
I have no idea what this is. I've never watched. I've seen this movie before easily.
Follow us at Filmless Pod on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And have a great day. Bye bye.